And welcome to another show. Maybe, just maybe, we got a little bit better audio today.
Possibly.
I think we do.
I was actually going to ask you, do you even want to put the last one on Spotify? Because I don't feel like doing that.
I would not want... Listen, at least on YouTube, you can go there and you can look at this mug and sometimes your mug.
Yeah, like right now.
You can be like, hey, you know, I think that guy's cute. Or, you know, I think Ethan's cute. It's kind of like a dating website, except I'm 100% taken. And 130 billion% taken.
Yeah.
And but hey, Ethan over here, man.
Hey, yeah.
It's like a dating profile right there. So yeah, Spotify for your ears though, we get 0 dates.
Off
of that episode.
Yeah. So we're just gonna not post that.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this on Spotify and you listened to the last one and it sounded awesome, and then you're listening to this one but it skipped a number, that's why.
Yeah. And also, like, Tia would break up with me if she only heard the last week's or the 2 weeks ago episode.
My parents would disown me.
Yeah, she'd be like, oh, wait a minute, you're a wait a minute, y'all have done how many of these? 78 of them, and this one sucks. And then we're not going to listen to the other 78 because 79 was plenty enough.
Yeah.
Or whatever that episode
I'm pretty sure it was 79. If not, this is 79.
So, and then we were going to do last week, but...
you had something come up?
I had something come up. Guest had something come up. I don't know. You might have had some. It was your birthday.
Oh, yeah. It was my birthday.
You had something come up.
Yeah. I was literally here.
24, 25?
I am 24.
24.
Yeah.
Big 24. Well, everyone comment down at the bottom. Tell Ethan happy birthday.
Yeah, we missed it.
That's a new thing we got to do because I've been watching these YouTube people, you know, very high ups, and they always come up with a reason for you to leave a comment. It's usually a question or you know. So maybe we should start.
We should probably have more calls to action. You're right.
We should call to action. I like that.
That's what they're called.
Yeah, I like the calls to action. It's like sales. Maybe I should just treat this like sales, and we
sell yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Well, not your body. That's OnlyFans.
Oh, that. Yeah. Wait, not anymore.
Actually, yeah.
Not anymore.
They reversed it.
They reversed it. There's a bunch of sex workers out there pretty pissed off about it.
Oh, yeah. It's hilarious.
And if I was one of them, I would be too.
Here's the thing. I don't think, and I'll just put the camera on me. I don't think sex work is real work only because you're not really adding anything of value to the community. You're giving value to the other person.
Depends on what community and how many people are involved.
I suppose there's a lot of people that I would respect in the sex work community.
I may or may not have seen some videos that are a pretty strong community.
Okay. But here's my thing.
Some of them are smaller communities. Some are larger.
The random bitches from... Listen, I'm going all out.
Coming at you, OnlyFans.
Listen, it's not all of OnlyFans. It's just the ones... They know who they are.
Yeah. Catch me outside.
They know who they are. It's either the people that are paying or the people that are presenting. And some of them, I mean, all of them, probably need to reevaluate themselves because, one, if your entire revenue stream is coming from a website that is wanting to, you know, screw you over, like OnlyFans, literally, and not metaphorically, like you do for yourself.
They should have called it Only Sex. You know what, Ethan, get on the thing, make the thing happen.
Okay.
Only Sex. We want to buy that.
We're going to buy it?
We want to buy
Only Sex.
Only Sex or Only Porn. We want to buy those two. We want to buy those before I guarantee you they're already gone.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Only Sex, Only Porn's already gone.
Yeah, 100%. But here's my thing. Getting away from all that. There are some people that are on OnlyFans that call themselves sex workers, but they literally don't do anything. They just take pictures.
Yeah. Tease workers.
Yeah, it's not real work. And again, don't get me wrong. There are some women that can show off their body and get a lot of money for it, and there are guys that will pay for it. That's totally fine.
And
do what you want.
Also guys that will do that,
Absolutely.
and other guys will also pay for that too.
And women. There are some women out there that will pay for it. Few. Not as many.
Not very few, but
I'd
say out of 330 million, very few.
Very few.
Now, out of those dudes, high percentage are also paying for guys.
Yes. But here's my thing. There's a lot of shady stuff that goes on OnlyFans. Especially with Catch Me Outside girl. She literally turned 18 and was like, oh my God, here's my OnlyFans. You're telling me that girl wasn't groomed by probably thousands of other guys that were just like, you should definitely make an OnlyFans when you get old enough. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. You know what? No, it's not a good idea. Don't have some fucking self-respect.
How about this? Let's think about something real quick.
Sorry.
So she can't go on OnlyFans at 17 years, 364 days. But at 17 years, 365 days, actually 18 years, she can now make millions of dollars on OnlyFans. That's weird.
That's silly. It's weird. And here's my thing. Again, that's one of those things that for consenting adults of legal age, that's fine. But if you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to turn 18 so I can make millions of dollars.
I can't drink beer, but I can also make sex.
Maybe reevaluate yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you should have a better game plan than that.
Yeah, 25.
So here's the thing. There's a girl on YouTube called Trisha Paytas. She's not the brightest crayon in the drawer.
Ooh,
but
I like what you did there.
But she was talking about, I think it's Keemstar. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
He does Drama Alert. He's basically like a news channel for the internet.
Gotcha.
Drama Alert is literally like, oh no, this YouTuber is doing this.
He's like Perez Hilton, but on YouTube.
Exactly, actually.
Look at me on my nerd references. Bringing it back to 1999.
Anyway, he's evidently Keemstar, this 40-year-old man, is talking to a 20-year-old.
Okay.
And she says something that's so stupid, but I can get where she's coming from. She says the legal age of consent should be 25.
Yes.
I don't see... I get where people can be like, that's stupid, but I can also see why she thinks that.
Wait a minute. I can tell you why that's very scientifically proven.
Because your brain isn't done developing.
Yes.
Yes. And that's why I say, I get it.
And say some develop earlier and some develop later. Say it's 27, 23.
Yeah.
25 is a good number.
25 is a good number. I would argue 21 is probably the best number.
When did I if you want to make more money, sure. When did I tell you that I literally woke up? I was 25.
Yeah.
I blacked out on my 25th birthday and was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Damn, I can't wait for that.
Why is my belt buckle on the back broken? Why is there piss in my bed? Why is there a 6'5", 300-pound bodyguard currently?
Jesus.
Also in my bed. And why did he pee in my bed too?
This sounds like a great night.
Yeah.
Not a great night afterwards, but
what?
You must have partied real hard.
You want to know? Okay, my 25th birthday, the last time I blacked out. You want to know what I remember of it?
Nothing.
Some of my friends showing up at my apartment.
And then nothing?
That was like 7 o'clock. We got home at 3.
Jesus.
Dude, this is probably the fun. Has to be the most inside my life you guys are getting right now. So, turn 25. What happens when you turn 25?
You get insurance.
No.
Lowered.
What happens when you turn 25? What's one thing that happens when you turn 25? To every single person.
I have no idea.
Your driver's license expires.
Oh, shit. Okay. I haven't even thought about that.
So, yeah. So, literally, when you're going to turn 25, the week before that, you need to get everything done.
Yeah.
If you plan on celebrating.
Yeah.
Okay. So, from 21, 19 to 21, or 19 to 25, I was at the bars Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If we were out of town, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it just, that's when I was
just
at the bars.
Going.
I was always at the bars with all my friends. So it was just one of those things. So 25, I know every doorhead, every bouncer. I know them all. Every single one. At the places we went, which the places we were going at the time was Southside was the new thing. And then Sing It or Wing It. That was kind of our two spots. All right.
Makes sense. I've been to Southside plenty of times. It's not a bad spot.
It's not a bad spot. And
if you want to get shot.
It was really cool at that time. I was never there when the gunshots came out.
Yeah.
But I was there earlier. That's the scary part.
Yeah.
So I go up to we leave my apartment. This is not a thought through story. I'm just kind of giving you little bits that I remember. We leave my apartment. I'm already blackout drunk.
Blasted.
Yeah, blackout drunk. And we go to the bowling alley over on Gun Barrel.
Okay.
So some of my friends came in town. We go to the bowling alley. I don't remember in the bowling alley. I don't even remember going to the bowling alley. Then from there we left and we went to Southside. I think we went to Southside first. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we went to Southside first. So we're walking up, and if people know me in my younger days, I used to be this thing called the CEO of the FSU crew. use your imagination of what F, S, and U could stand up. If U stands for up, you can use your imagination and find out what the other two stand for. Pretty much we broke a lot of things. And when I say we broke a lot of things, I mean I broke a lot of things. And if you wanted to be in my crew, you had to break something in front of me at someone's house to get into the crew. We will have a FSU crew story day, and I'll have my other chair members come in and tell these stories.
This is like, I mean, I don't put it past you.
No,
but this is the most like college frat guy thing ever.
Well, you know what? Okay, so the FSU crew was created because we didn't get along with the frats. The athletes didn't get along with the frats. So we would go to the fraternities and FSU. Anyways, so that's a whole different, that's literally, I swear on my life, when that happens, that'll be our first 3-hour podcast. I promise on my life.
We'll just say this now. Hopefully the statute of limitations is up.
Yeah. It'll minimum 2 hours of the worst things you've ever heard in your entire life. Probably.
Oh my God. That should be the Patreon exclusive #1.
Yes. Because one of my buddies is a coach at UTC, and I don't know if we need.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't just put it out there to put it out there.
I'm gonna have to. I talked to him. I'm gonna have to confirm with him to do that, but we'll see. Anyways, 25th birthday, blacked out. Go into the bowling alley. I think we go to Southside directly after the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Okay. So get to Southside. I'm not gonna be able to tell all the story, but we get to Southside, and we're walking up. And the people, everybody's giving high fives. We're in that stage of our life, living the stupid broke bar life. And we get up there, and the guy goes, "Ooh, this ain't gonna work tonight." And I said, "I'm assuming," I said, "What's not gonna work tonight?" They said, "Your driver's license. It expired earlier today.
Jesus.
It's now midnight. You can't come in here."
Oh my God.
Excuse me? Can't go. You guys know me by my first, middle, last name. You know where I live. You know everything about my driver's license. I buy you guys drinks. I don't think you're supposed to be drinking on the job, but you do. Anyways, so how do we get in here? You can't let you in. You got to have a new driver's license. I was like, I'm sorry that I've been at this bar every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday since you opened, and you've been the one working the door. You don't think that I'm 21 years old? Why'd you let me in all those other times then? He goes, I'm just telling you, man, the beer board got us in trouble last weekend.
So I do understand that.
I understand. Listen, as a 30-year-old man, adult with a 5-year-old running around, he's right.
Yes.
He's 100% right.
It's expired. It doesn't matter if I know you have an expired license. You probably shouldn't be driving it anyway.
I'm 24, 365 days old. Literally. And I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm exactly right. And I'm not the nicest person. Okay? Not the nicest person. I may have called this man some names he might not want to have been called at the time. Let's take into mention, I'm 6'1". On a normal day, 230 pounds. I'm not the strongest person in the world. I'm not the fastest person in the world. Not the toughest person in the world. But by God, I'm a lot faster, a lot stronger, and a lot tougher than most people. Okay? That's just how it works. Played college football. I'm in a different, I might get my butt kicked, but I look like I won't, so that kind of neutralizes some situations.
Yeah.
This guy's the exact same size as me. Okay. So let's put that in perspective. When you're gumming at somebody's throat and they're everything about their personality and how they look, but you don't remember it, just saying this is what some things could have been. And now you've got my buddies trying to separate a blackout drunk guy that's one size.
Yeah.
And all the other bouncers trying to separate an also completely sober, same size guy. And they're at the steps and they're right in each other's faces. Okay. Now from there, Sinjin was with me. And here's how Sinjin removed the situation why I love Sinjin and hate him at the same time. He just picked me up and just carried me away. I didn't want to leave. I wasn't ready to leave. I was ready to fight. I'm not probably would have got my ass kicked, but he removed from the situation. So my group then goes to Sing It or Wing It. We go to Sing It or Wing It. I know those guys. They don't care.
Yeah.
They let me in. My people, right? Go in. I don't remember anything of Sing It or Wing It. I don't even remember getting to Sing It or Wing It. Regardless, there's some videos of Sing It or Wing It that I do know what happened. So there's one video, Sing and Wing It. I'm up on stage. Nobody else is up on stage. Just Gunner's on stage. I used to do a little karaoke, every now and then. Yeah, every now and then. I was a martial artist in the karaoke,
Jesus.
And
stop.
I'd get up there and do a little Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby. That was
you were so white.
Yeah, that was one of mine. I'd get up there and do a little T-Swizzle, a little Taylor Swift.
God.
I'd knock out every major Taylor Swift song. I would do a little what was our Neon Moon was our group song.
Oh God.
All right. And then my favorite rap song was the Grundy County Auction.
Jesus.
Hitting that little bar for the Grundy County Auction. Anyways, so the video is me doing Taylor Swift with my shirt ripped off of my body, hanging on to my arms, and then it shows them coming up and telling me I have to put a shirt on. I go, cool. Well, the bar likes me so much, they gave me a Sing It or Wing It shirt. How nice of them is that?
Awesome.
So they give me the shirt. I go steal the microphone, the same video. I go steal the microphone from a group of guys that's on the stage, throw them off the stage. Okay, literally off the stage.
Jesus.
And then rip the Sing It or Wing It shirt and continue to do my T-Swizzle over the sounds and lyrics that are playing on the screen of whatever it is they're doing. Okay. And then I remember leaving there. This is where it's like the blackout. I remember leaving there kinda. And when they got me, they tried to get an Uber. We couldn't find one. So we got a taxi. Well, I threw up immediately in the backseat of the taxi, and the taxi is ready to call the cops. Okay.
Yeah.
So the taxi says cops. I say, open the door to the taxi. Jump out on Broad Street, going, 20 miles per hour. Just remove myself from the taxi. All my friends, they come stop, they get out. They come over, they throw me in bushes because there's cop cars coming by looking for a guy that threw up in a taxi that jumped out of a moving vehicle. Okay. So I'm in the bushes. My friends are hanging around the bushes, and they've got me in the bushes. I've thrown up all over myself, whatever. So now they got to get me into another car. Well, St. John picks me up by my belt loop, 230 pounds on a normal day, average between 220 and 250 whenever. Picks me up by my belt loop. My belt loop snaps. I hit the ground.
I can't believe you literally set this all up in the first bit of this story. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the belt loop, boom, I hit the ground. So then I remember being dragged through the parking lot of my apartment. West Dothard, actually, my former linebacker, my boys, West Dothard, he came and got me. He wasn't even with us. He just came and got me. And him and St. John and Bailey helped get me into my apartment. I just remember dragging my cowboy boots, literally, I remember my toes dragging as I was just being drugged by them into the room.
Right.
I vaguely remember I went to high school with this guy named Alex Vaughn, and he lived in the apartment on the first floor looking out to the parking lot where I lived, top floor looking out to the pool. And he was out there smoking a cigarette or something and saw them dragging me. And I just remember him being like, gee, happy birthday. Something like that.
As you're literally unconscious.
Yeah. So funny story is, this gets to where I say I woke up with a 6'5", 300-pound bodyguard puking throw up all over. So I wake up in my bed, the sun's shining in bright. Yeah. So it's probably 8 o'clock. Wake up, headache from hell. When I say headache from hell. So the first thing, I got long hair at the time, by the way.
Yeah.
So I go to grab my headache, get a big clunk of throw up.
Oh, God.
Yeah, just right there in the hair, all right?
Jesus.
And then I go, ugh, all right. That's a bad night. Okay, so I've been there before. Doesn't bother me. One thing I always make fun of St. John for is peeing in the bed. Sorry, St. John. Because he'd get drunk and pee in bed sometimes. So I go to remove the sheets, and they're soaking wet.
Oh, my God.
And I look over, and I see St. John. I was like, God. I punch him in the shoulder. It's like, St. John, you pissed in my bed. And he doesn't even open his eyes. He goes, nah, pal, you pissed in the bed too. I was like, I don't ever pee in the bed. Never in my life. Haven't even since, never in my life peed in the bed. I reached down, grabbed myself, wet. I was like, did I pissed all this? He goes, nah, man, I pissed too.
Oh my God.
So to sum up my 25th birthday, blacked out, don't remember any of it. Made a fool of myself at Southside. Made a bigger fool of myself at Sing It. Made an even larger fool of myself in the taxi cab. And then to end the night, I threw up on myself and pissed myself with one of my best friends. Together on my 25th birthday. I'll never forget that. I don't remember hardly, other than like recent times, birthdays, I don't remember any other birthday. I can tell you everything that happened on one birthday I don't remember because of videos. So
that's hilarious.
That's a good story, but that story has nothing compared to the FSU stories.
Well, we'll get there eventually someday.
Yeah. That should be the first Patreon.
It has to be. Maybe you do it solo and do it justice, but you don't mention any names. You don't incriminate anybody.
What if? No, I am.
Oh, God.
What if I do my Patreon videos are only my deepest, darkest college stories?
Jesus. Who are you comfortable hearing that? Everyone?
Whoever wants to pay $20 a month for it.
Yeah, it could be a high. It could be a high.
It could be a high. I don't care if anybody pays for it.
Deep dark secret.
But if you do, you gonna pay. Because if you want to know what the CEO of the FSU crew was doing,
you got to throw in some.
Yeah. Because I used to have a bunch of people doing things for me. It was all me.
Jesus Christ, Gunner.
Dude, and looking back at it, it's like a mafia. We were like a mafia.
Just a crime family.
We're broke.
We didn't make money. We just destroyed stuff.
We were broke, so we broke shit. All right. And
that's a good way of putting it. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So listen, I don't have much else to talk about, and that story just came out my ass.
Well, yeah,
I'm in a great mood though.
Good 20-minute story. That's not bad.
Yeah,
I can't hate on that.
I could that could be on stand up somewhere.
Oh yeah,
if I could mix that with a couple FSU stories, maybe a couple like football stories, and then have it all have a theme, I could do 30 minutes in downtown chat.
FSU. Gunner Miller, FSU.
I'm gonna
Tivoli
listen. I might do that one time just to be out of my comfort zone.
That wouldn't be bad. I mean, doing all this, you've definitely gotten way better at public speaking.
For sure.
100%.
For sure. And I've always wanted to do that. Maybe it's not motivation I'm doing. Maybe I can motivate through comedy.
Good Lord.
We're on to something.
All right. Well, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this podcast.
Let's do it.
Because I've been super excited about this for as long as I can remember over the pandemic.
This is your favorite superhero.
This is my favorite superhero. And one day, not soon, it's probably going to take a long time. One day, I will wear a Spider-Man suit and look good in it. Just not today.
Yeah, probably like 600 days or something like that.
Maybe
600. That's a good day.
That's a good outstretch. But here we are. We're going to sit down and just watch through at first this Spider-Man video, and we'll talk about it as it plays in the background. I'll mute it after the first time.
Okay.
So
we got volume.
All right. People should be able to hear it. I just got to turn it on.
Okay.
I'll turn it way down.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't seen this yet, you're doing something wrong. If you haven't seen it yet, you really don't care.
This is the first time I've seen it.
You don't care, I guess.
Stop. Come on. Yes, my spider lord. Can we just stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
That's right, folks. Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you. But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man? Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me. This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
So, Peter, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange.
Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't. The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my God, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really know.
Stop talking.
Oh,
What just happened?
We tampered with the stability of space-time. The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly
Inception.
little.
so good, dude. So excited.
The problem is you trying to live two different lives. The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes. Be careful what you wish for, Parker.
Hello, Peter.
What? Is Jamie Foxx gonna be in this?
Yes.
Is Tobey Maguire gonna be in it?
Okay. We have to temper some expectations here. The only people that are confirmed for this so far
Is who's in this trailer?
is who's in this trailer.
Okay, that's smart of them.
So we don't know. Obviously, we've got Green Goblin in the back. We've got Just a Laugh and a Pumpkin Bomb.
And is it going to be my boy?
It sounds like Willem Dafoe's laugh.
Yeah,
But here's the thing: it could just be like
his laugh with
archival
a
footage, from the first Spider-Man movie, the Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah.
However, they wouldn't put it in a damn teaser trailer if they weren't going to at least have some sort of payoff of Willem Dafoe is back as Green Goblin. So here's the thing: we're watching it here. We get, a lot of the interesting stuff that I've been thinking about since Far From Home came out. Peter is not convicted. He's an accused murderer, and he's from what it looks like, destroyed half of London,
Right.
and
Because
Venice,
the drones
and all the drones and stuff. Yeah. So there's an idea being floated around that Matt Murdock, the Daredevil, who is a lawyer, is going to be his defense attorney. And that would be awesome because obviously Daredevil was in the Marvel Netflix universe, which Kevin Feige has said isn't canon. It was some experiments they were doing. They didn't necessarily like where it ended up. But Matthew Murdock, I think his name is Michael Cox, the actor's name, played a perfect Daredevil. Better than Ben Affleck. You can take that to the bank. But people are wanting him to come back.
I didn't know there was another Daredevil besides Ben Affleck.
Well, you didn't catch up.
Yeah, obviously.
Again, it's not MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe canon,
Okay.
but it's tangential.
Okay.
It was a pretty good show. I would actually encourage you to
Oh,
watch
wait a minute. It was on
Netflix.
I just never clicked it. I've seen it. I've just never watched it.
You definitely go watch it. The first 2 seasons are fantastic.
Okay.
It's a very good show. It's old now, and you will. It's from
What, 2010?
in between Avengers 2 and Civil War, basically.
Oh, it's like 14, 15?
Yeah, but it's also it's street level crime. It's not like saving the world.
Well, he's blind, right?
Well, yeah, he's also blind.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, Matt Murdock comes back, is Peter's defense attorney for that whole courtroom scene, which would be awesome. I want more MCU stuff to connect with all of the stuff they had set up 3-4 years ago.
Sure.
But obviously the main thing that a lot of people are talking about is just the fact that we get to see your boy Doc Ock in the trailer.
Yeah.
Which is what we needed. Like I just needed to see the arms. I just needed to see him just in costume. He didn't even have to say anything. I would have been happy.
Yeah.
But the hello Peter.
Yeah.
Oh God, dude. I literally it was like 11:58 Monday night, and this dropped. and I literally lost my shit.
Yeah, when you fanboyed DM
I
me.
Yes. Here's the thing. So I messaged Gunner at like 11:59 p.m.
That I read the following morning at 6, like a normal person.
Yes, of course. On Monday night, he didn't see it until Tuesday, but I sent him this video, and I was just like, "Oh my freaking god, this is awesome! This is exactly what I wanted." And here's the thing: there's still a lot of rumors. There's a lot we don't know. Like, for example, why? Like, everything breaks down. Obviously, there's a multiverse. People are coming from different cinematic universes to come fight Peter Parker as Spider-Man. But why? What's the actual story here? It's not just Peter and Doctor Strange broke the multiverse. Something else is going on that's got to lead somewhere.
Hey, can we pause?
Yeah, we can. And we're back.
Sorry, had to take a quick little phone call right there.
Yeah, anyway, business.
What we got?
Yeah. Anyway, so we've got Doc Ock.
Uh-huh.
Electro is confirmed to be in it. Jamie Foxx is coming back. He's not going to be blue. He's not going to be CGI. They're going to do more of a Jamie Foxx, if anything, practical effects. Okay. Like in some of the comics, Electro is like scarred because electricity is literally his power.
Yeah.
So it messes him up.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. There's a few bits and pieces in here that a lot of people have a lot of questions about.
Okay.
One, this black suit, because I mean, you were talking about it earlier. Marcus is watching the original trilogy of Spider-Man. There's only one thing that really comes to mind when there's a black suit.
And Venom.
It's Venom. Yeah. Now,
especially when it's a black Spider-Man suit. Exactly. It's like, oh, it's Spider-Man 3 Venom.
Yeah. It's some sort of Venom that's like actually attached to him.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I don't think that this movie will be the movie Tom Holland Spider-Man gets the Venom symbiote. Because I still think Sony wants Venom with Tom Hardy and then Tom Holland as Spider-Man to meet at some point. And we still got Mobius coming out with Jared Leto. That is definitely connected to Spider-Man 1 for Marvel. Yeah. And then also Venom because it's in the same universe for them. So I don't think that's Venom. There is a few people saying that it's like some sort of magical suit. Just like in Far From Home, he builds a new Stark suit. Mm-hmm. He might get like a suit that Doctor Strange helps him
make or maybe that Iron Man made before he died.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But obviously we have the Green Goblin Pumpkin Bomb, which confirms 3 villains.
Uh-huh.
Which, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even care. Because a lot of people have said, Spider-Man 1 with Sam Raimi, good. You only had Green Goblin. Spider-Man 2, you have Doc Ock. Great. Spider-Man 3, you had Sandman, Venom, and then New Goblin.
Yeah.
Too many villains.
Sure.
And then in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, kind of the same deal. You had Lizard, pretty decent. Mm-hmm. But then you have Electro, and then, again, New Goblin.
Yeah.
Or Hobgoblin, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as good. For this one, I don't care how many villains there are.
Sorry.
And I think the key is you don't have the setup for those villains. These are villains that have already been set up.
Yeah.
They don't have to go. It's just like how Homecoming was really, really good because you didn't have Uncle Ben dying. You didn't have him not having powers.
Everyone knows the story.
Yeah.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes of it.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I think this movie is going to be so good with all these villains because there's no setup. It's literally like a comic book. You just jump right in. You know who the characters are. You know the story so far. This is the new story. Yeah. Just try and keep up.
It's pretty much the Spider-Man ride at Universal.
Oh, God. There's such a good ride, too.
Such a great ride.
It's so old at this point, and you can tell, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, so obviously Peter goes and tries to get everyone, literally the entire world, to forget that he's Spider-Man. Then he's real sad because MJ's not going to remember, and Aunt May's not going to remember, and Ned's not going to remember, and he messes the whole thing up, which is exactly like Spider-Man to do. Like, if anything was going to go wrong with that spell,
wait. Yeah.
It was because Peter is being Peter.
Yeah.
And I've been rereading a lot of the famous Spider-Man stories, like almost 2 or 3 years long stories.
Okay.
And they're really good. Like the Ultimate Spider-Man series was fantastic. Takes a little bit different routes for certain things. Some characters are connected in different ways, but watching this, it feels like Spider-Man still, and that's something that I you always worry about because you've got all the source material, but they're trying to be their own thing. How do you balance that with a new story versus the old and all that?
How do you pop the Spider-Man family with nostalgia, but also bring something new to the table?
Exactly. And so that dust storm that just showed up on screen, people are saying that's a lot of sand blowing around in the air.
Wait a minute, go back. Well,
I can't go back.
Gotcha. So
it just has to play through. But a lot of people are saying there's a lot of dust and sand in this one. There's an awful lot of hints to, say, a Sandman appearance, which would be awesome. If the same guy from Spider-Man 3...
He did a great job.
He did great. He did awesome.
Just literally just watched it. It's timeless.
Yeah. The Sam Raimi movies are pretty timeless.
Yeah.
2 is the best one. 3 is close third, tied with the first one.
Yeah.
There is no second.
The first one is just so typical Spider-Man-y.
Yeah, but
it was the first Spider-Man, right?
So you can't really hate it.
Yeah, but after you've seen all these other ones, it's like they're doing the same shit.
Well, yeah,
kinda.
Yeah. So we've got 3 villains. Sandman would be a 4th. Do you get where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
You've got Vulture already in the series, and there's a possibility. Personally, I don't see it. There's a scene that comes up after the multiverse goes wonky, and it's like a black hallway. Peter's in the only source of light, and something attacks him, but hits a Doctor Strange barrier. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people are saying that looks like Lizard from Amazing Spider-Man 1. I don't see it. I don't think it's Lizard. It does look like somebody massive and hulky, and with like some sort of tail, but I would argue that might be Scorpion, because he got set up in the first MCU Spider-Man. Okay. So there's a possibility.
So that happens after this thing's about to fall apart?
Yeah. Everything falls apart. I'll try and point it out before it comes up.
Point out the sand stuff too.
Well, it's like these explosions that come up, with especially with the electricity.
Gotcha.
Well, like I said, I'll point it out. The fact that Wong's in this, I love Wong. Wong is just like one of those characters that literally has some superpowers, but he's not as cool as Doctor Strange, but he still kicks ass. And he's in Shang-Chi, which is pretty cool. Which is also coming out, next week?
He's playing that character in
Shang-Chi.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Again, connected universe.
Yeah,
it's all
cool.
nice.
Yeah.
So people are saying they see Lizard. I don't necessarily see it. I guess it would be cool if Lizard comes back, because the guy that did Lizard in Amazing Spider-Man 1 didn't do a bad job. Same with the guy that played Sandman.
Right.
They did the best with what the script told them to.
Sure.
And so yeah, I mean, we've got the capability, Gunner. See, that's a lot of sand.
That's a lot of sand, man.
I think it's a right next scene is the dark hallway.
Like who was on
here. It's Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's somewhere around here, right there. There's like a tail that whips out. It doesn't look like a Doc Ock arm. So it could either be Scorpion or it could be Lizard.
Okay.
Or it could be somebody totally different that we're not thinking of.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Gunner. That means we have 6 villains in this film. All right? What is Spider-Man's greatest team that he has to fight?
I don't know.
They're called the Sinister Six. And they've been trying to set this up since Amazing Spider-Man 2. There's like a post-credit scene where I think Norman Osborn, who you don't even see in those 2 movies, is like walking through a hallway, and it's got all of the bad guys' paraphernalia, like the wings for Vulture, Rhino suit, yada, yada, yada. They really, really, really wanted a Sinister Six movie, but those 2 movies didn't do as well as Sam Raimi's movies, so they dropped it.
So who are the Sinister Six?
The original lineup, if I remember correctly, is Doc Ock, who is usually the brains of the operation.
Okay.
Electro, Vulture, Rhino, and I want to say Sandman, Lizard, or Mysterio is in there. It's a rotating cast.
Okay.
It's like one of those like, oh, Spider-Man beat one guy.
Like the
so
Suicide Squad?
Yeah, exactly, actually.
Okay.
They don't die, obviously, because Spider-Man doesn't kill people.
Sure.
But there are certain bits and pieces of, like, some comics, it'll be these 6, and then sometimes they'll remove Lizard and they'll put Mysterio in, or, you know.
Like they could potentially
like Batman.
make a movie based off of them to make them anti-heroes.
I wouldn't necessarily say that because they're pretty much all evil and you don't necessarily side with any of them.
Right.
But
potentially
the fact that we're getting a Spider-Man movie with a Sinister Six in it, I'm always down for that.
Maybe.
And it's a hard maybe. But you've got Green Goblin. You've got Doc Ock. You've got Electro. You've got 3.
You got the trio.
You've got a solid trio there. They're all pretty dangerous in their own rights. But then you've got, you know, there's the possibility that we see Vulture come back. I don't see why not. Adrian Toomes, Michael Keaton, was fantastic in that movie. And there's not even any confirmation that Mysterio's dead in the first place.
Okay.
I wager that he is, because otherwise we probably would have seen something hint that he wasn't. But it was pretty like open and shut case. Mysterio died on the bridge in London.
Okay.
So I'm fine with that. Although I like Jake Gyllenhaal and he did a really good job. I'm fine with not having him in this.
Okay.
But you still got 4. Okay? You still got four possibilities. And you've got more villains from the other movies that you could bring in.
For sure.
You've got Lizard. You've got Sandman. Totally possible.
Could they do like the Green Goblin and then Harry?
If they were gonna pick either of the Harry Osborns to be like the new Goblin or Hobgoblin or whatever he was, I think that would be a bad choice. They weren't that good.
No, they weren't.
Especially 3 in Spider-Man 3 when Harry becomes new Goblin. It's just like, it's kind of bad.
Yeah, they try to do like a modern Goblin. Get out of here, bro. No.
I just want a Green Goblin and then a Hobgoblin who just has a yellow face instead of a green one. Yeah. That's literally like what the original Hobgoblin was. Anyway, so we can cut off of this. Okay. Hopefully we don't get copyright struck by Disney. But yeah, no, I am super excited. And I literally texted you. I could literally do an hour podcast of just talking about that trailer because I am so freaking excited.
Well, I'm excited. You're excited about it. I will probably be as excited about the Flashpoint.
Probably.
Just because I know for a 1,000,000,000% fact that Michael Keaton is playing Batman.
Can I just say this, by the way? This winter is like solid.
Top Gun 2 is coming out.
Exactly. Here's the thing. We've got next week is Shang-Chi, which I'm excited for.
That comes out?
Yeah. I've heard some mixed reviews. Like, it's a good movie. It's just not really worth watching if you're expecting anything big for the MCU.
Okay.
It's not like an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
It's a Marvel movie. It's made by Marvel, and it's got that flash and pizzazz that Marvel gives to things. But there's nothing like, it's not moving the story forward.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
It's kind of like an Ant-Man.
It's a spot movie.
Yeah, it's an Ant-Man. Yeah. It's literally like, oh, here's this new character that will eventually be relevant.
Yeah, you'll see him again.
Yeah, but we need a movie to set him up so you're not confused later.
Yeah. He's going to be in a group of people later on.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, and I would be totally down for that.
Yeah.
I like Simu Liu, who is the guy that plays Shang-Chi.
Mm-hmm.
He's in that Kim's Convenience that I keep telling you to watch. It's so funny.
Okay.
And he plays I think you'd like his character. You're very similar.
Oh, okay. Probably the Asian part.
No.
Oh, no.
No. The jock part.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
But then after Shang-Chi, looking forward, we've got Dune in October.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that, actually.
Yeah. And that is an IMAX movie if I've ever seen one.
Yes.
We've got Top Gun 2.
That is an IMAX movie.
That is going to be a very interesting movie.
That's a movie you literally can't watch not in IMAX.
Yeah, I can see that.
Bro, are you a Top Gun 1 fan?
I'm a Top Gun fan.
Wait a minute. Have you seen?
I have seen them.
Okay.
I don't mean to sound like I haven't seen the first Top Gun.
Okay.
I'm just not a Tom Cruise guy.
Scientology that throw you off a little bit?
Yeah.
You know what I just recently found out about Scientology?
Really?
So no.
Oh God,
no. I didn't just recently find out about it. I'm saying what I just recently found out about Scientology.
Which is? I
have what you would call an influencer mentor. I guess that's what I'd call The Rock. The Rock is an influencer mentor. Like I research him,
your life.
Take his phases of life and try to emulate them in my own life.
Makes sense.
In sales, I have one specific influencer mentor that I go to for thoughts and ideas and strategy and stuff. His name is Grant Cardone.
Yep.
Okay. Grant Cardone became a Scientologist when he was 45. And that's
how old is he now?
He's 63, 62, 160, something like that.
Were the next words that were about to come out of your mouth was exactly when he made all of his money?
Yeah.
You wonder why. Here's my thing. Here's the thing. You can have whatever religion you want.
Hang on. He I think his net worth was $3 million. He had a nice house and he had like a couple of multifamily homes that he rented.
Okay.
From 45 on, now he has over 900 apartment complexes, like a outrageous $1 billion real estate portfolio. 5 or so companies. He's in the top 5 of marketing in the world. It's like Gary V. Grant Cardone.
Yeah. Here's my thing. Let's get this out of the way.
Sure.
It's not that I hate Scientology, the people. I hate the Scientology, the religion. You can have whatever religion you want. You believe whatever you want. I'm not going to hate you. But if you're going to be a cult, that's where the line gets drawn.
Sure.
Because then you start hurting people. You start cutting people off of their support systems so that you're the only support they have. So they're stuck with you. And then you extort them for money. And it's all the little people. Like, I'm sure Tom Cruise, Grant Cardone, they paid their dues, but now they don't have to pay anymore because they're the top guys.
Okay.
Like that's where it breaks down for me because it's a pyramid scheme. It's literally pay your dues for the church so that you will be saved. And don't get me wrong, Christianity has a lot of issues.
Yeah. Very similar.
What is it? Indulgences? Was that what was back in like the Crusade times?
I don't know. If you're talking to me about religion, bro.
Listen, to cut to the chase, the Catholic Church also did something very similar. It was like, hey, if you sinned last weekend, pay the church $500 and God will forgive you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, you're just using your power.
I would have, but the way my checking and my savings works, it's not
I
going to get here by the day. It's a weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a Sunday. I can't pull out from the savings.
And if you're doing it on Wednesday, the Wednesday service, it might not get here till Saturday. Yeah. And then I'm going to spend it by Sunday.
Yeah.
So
on blowing hookers.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sin more.
Actually, I'm going to do an IOU for the blowing hookers I'm going to do this Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's $1,000. Go ahead and count that for the other 252. Listen, I'm going to get out of church.
and that's the thing. For Scientology, it's confirmed bullshit from a crazy person. It's literally a sci-fi writer.
Wait a minute. No. It's the one guy that has written the most sci-fi books. He is the author of the collection of the most sci-fi books ever written, just so happened to create his own religion.
Yeah, you'd think maybe there's maybe there's a little less sci and a little more fi in there.
He's just a fiction writer.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get.
Wait a minute. It's what is it? Science fiction, sci-fi,
science fiction, is
Scientology.
Yeah, he. There's no tology there. It's just sci mixed in with a little
sci-fictionology.
A little lot of fi.
So here's my the only thing I know about Scientology is the very few moments you see Grant Cardone talk about it. Like it's like 2 minutes here from a video 10 years ago or something, something like that. Somebody just caught. And then Leah Remini, she's she was on Joe Rogan. She was on Rogan, but she was the wife in Kings and Queens.
Yes.
Okay. She was a Scientologist and got out.
Mm-hmm.
And
but listening to her story about getting out,
yes,
that was one of the first times I was like, okay, maybe there's a problem here.
Yeah, they gave it a bad rap.
Did it though?
Yeah,
are you sure it didn't just keep the same bad rap it already had? It was just more people knew about it.
I didn't know a rap. I didn't even know Scientology was a thing.
Yeah,
definitely, and like.
And then you have the dad of the highest member in Scientology now was also on Joe Rogan.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh,
but
dude,
maybe
that's a good episode. And that is probably the best episode to like understand why I don't like Scientology.
Well, what's funny is type in what is Scientology and good luck.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like the goalposts have moved shitloads.
And there's the people that like there's this one guy that had Cardone on his podcast. Young kid, but he's a Scientology buff. Like he's a fan of Scientology. He's a Scientologist, but he's also just a fan of Scientology. So he has other famous people that are Scientologists on his show to talk about how Scientology influenced them in their careers. Yeah. That guy's a wacko. And we say a bunch of crazy things.
We've said way crazy things.
That guy's a wacko.
Yeah.
Like Grant Cardone, I can be like, maybe he just wanted to network with those people because a lot of them are rich and they're in Hollywood.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Here's the thing. If you use Scientology as a jumping off point to make $1 billion, more power to you. I don't necessarily hate you as a person for that. Again, it's less about the people. It's more about the thing itself.
Yeah. Which like, I have no clue what it is.
Yeah, sure.
And they hurt people.
Yeah.
Some people. They hurt some people.
The poor people.
Those people say they hurt them. Listen, at this point, I don't know. I don't even know. It's science fiction.
It is science fiction.
But also a lot of other science fiction is really religious.
Anyway, Top Gun 2.
Yeah, and Jesus.
Well, no, he's not in Scientology. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
That's a different.
Yeah, Christianity.
Yep.
The one he made up.
Anyway, let's not get too deep in that.
Yeah, Catholic. Anyways,
Top Gun 2. I'll see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be the best movie in the world.
No,
it's a movie that people have been wanting to watch since Top Gun 1 came out.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to what exactly it's going to be about.
What do you mean?
I know what it's going to be about.
What's it going to be about?
It's going to be about guys flying planes.
No, this is what it's going to be about. Maverick should be over the Top Gun school at this point. And he's not. He's still just a captain. That's the funny part of it. He's been a captain at this place for 30 years. And he's still doing the same stupid shit, getting in trouble and breaking all the rules.
What's also weird is I haven't seen any trailers for it other than that very first one.
Oh, they've come out with a couple extended trailers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just like thinking about it. I was like, have I even really seen the trailer? And I know I've seen the trailer because I was kind of excited for it. I was like, oh, cool. Top Gun 2. But then it literally just left my mind.
Yeah.
Probably within a week.
Right.
But anyway, after Top Gun 2, the next thing I can think of is, for me, there's a video game coming out, Deathloop. That really cool one that I'm excited about. James Bondy.
Okay.
Which is also a good lead up to No Time to Die.
Yeah.
That we've been waiting 2 years for.
Yeah. It was literally coming out as everything shut down.
Exactly. And you know what? If they had a little bit more time to work on it, polish things up, make it look beautiful.
It could be worse.
I don't think it could be any worse.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about things that get canceled or pushed back. Movies, video games, TV shows, anything.
Only get better?
A rushed game is bad forever. But the line is a delayed game is bad for now because you don't have it. But a rushed game is bad forever because you just put it out there and shit.
That could be said for anything.
Yeah, exactly. Take your time, work on it. And that's why I think it was something about like Endgame getting the extra year that some people were like, oh man, I just want to see the end of it. This was supposed to be the end. And it was just like, no. They get a year. They finish everything up. They polish everything out.
Yeah.
They get the goods. Make it good. They make it better.
Yeah. Except for sales calls. Call them now.
Yeah, I always call them first. Yeah. Anyway, but No Time Left to Die, I'm excited for. Daniel Craig is the best Bond. Am I saying anything out of line here?
Probably not.
As in, he is the best Bond?
He's, if he's not one, he's two.
Yes, 100%.
And I would have a hard time picking out who's one.
Yeah.
I'd probably go Sean Connery just because.
Just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I grew up on Pierce Brosnan, so.
See, I grew up with Daniel Craig.
Yeah, so it's hard. And listen, here's how Bond works since it's been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you came up with it, that's your guy.
I guess.
So I came up with two, but I really like Pierce.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, like 1A, 1B, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
They're both good. They could both play him for the rest of their lives, and I'm not going to care.
I am sad that this is the last Daniel Craig one.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. This is his. He said, what was it, Skyfall or Spectre? The last one.
Which one had Batista in it?
I want to say it was Spectre.
I think that was the one.
Yeah. Whichever one was before this one, he said was going to be the last one.
Okay, that's the one with Batista then.
And then he did this one. Everyone was kind of surprised.
So that's why it's kind of a big deal. And then it got pushed back. And it'll probably be the best one that's in the box office for a while.
Probably, yeah.
Between box office and streaming.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I mean, it's James Bond. What more could you ask for?
Sure.
And after the year we've had, I just need a turn my brain off movie. I actually am kind of curious as to how much I like Quantum of Solace, Casino Royale, Spectre, and Skyfall. I wonder how much I'm going to like those if I watch them casually now.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, I probably need to catch up on the Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Before we get off here,
yeah.
I just want to say that in the way he would say it, Joe Biden might be the worst president we've ever had.
Who was saying that?
That's how Joe Biden talks to the microphone sometimes when he's trying to make a really good point.
He's trying to make a good point, and you know the thing.
Come on, man!
Come on, man! Yeah, no. Did you catch Rejected last night, by the way?
No. But
probably for the best, because it started off with a really terrible joke from Sting, and we should probably take it down.
Okay.
But it ended with me doing the best president ever. Honestly. Donald Jonathan Trump.
Duck.
And so I just went off. I was just like, Joe Biden is probably the worst president ever, and people called me bad. Look at him now.
He's so bad. He's the worst.
He's literally the worst president ever.
There's bad, and then there's bad.
They say a lot of things go down in the White House. Interns, employment rates. For Joe Biden, it's his approval rating. And oh man, dude, let's take a little bit. Let's talk about this because this is important. This is important to me.
Go ahead.
The fact that we have been in Afghanistan for 20 years is already a problem.
I told you that was the worst problem.
This is the worst problem, is us going there.
Yes.
The second worst problem with Afghanistan is how we tried to get out of there.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it before the show, and I didn't necessarily think we were going to talk about it because it is technically old news, but it's current news because of what happened today.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't care if you voted for him. I forgive you. Because you didn't know this was going to happen.
Yeah, you're probably rolling over in your grave if you voted for him.
There's a lot that's rolling over right now. I saw a meme that was like, Congress could literally power the entire continental United States with all the forefathers rolling in their graves right now.
Yeah.
Just
like current down there.
Yeah. Anyway, no. So for those of you who have literally lived under the rock for the last 2 weeks, Joe Biden told the Taliban.
Yeah, you know, those people.
The bad people in Afghanistan.
Okay, let's say Joe Biden told terrorist.
A terrorist organization.
Sure.
He literally told them after Trump had implemented a plan that was set up by both government and the Taliban and us. We were the mediators for the meeting. They didn't necessarily want to, but Trump was as we always say, he was kind of a dick, and he made sure things happened. I mean, the man got peace deals with Israel for the rest of the Middle East.
Listen, his book is The Art of the Deal, okay? It might have been great deals, but he got the deal done.
Damn it. I was going to have a really good joke. Listen. There's a lot that you can learn from reading books written by moi, all right? Yep. You can learn a lot from The Art of the Deal. There's a lot of dealing that goes on. Government, politics, it's all deals. You just kind of wrote yourself a shitty deal by not voting for me.
It's true.
And so, anyway, Trump sets all this up between the Taliban and the Afghan government.
Yeah.
The Afghan government is all in on this deal. What was it, May 31st? Or May? It was sometime in May.
It was like end of May or something like that.
Yeah. End of May, we're going to be out of Afghanistan. We're literally pulling all of our troops out of Afghanistan. Yeah. Now,
with a
plan. Now, a lot of people, especially people that were literally there in Afghanistan over the years, have said, we can't just all pull out all at once. It needs to be a phase thing. It needed to be at the beginning of the year, we pull out the majority of the troops, leave about 1,500. Then we go down to 1,000, down to 500, and then slowly work our way up to the final date where there's no U.S. troops there, but the Afghan government has the confidence to govern themselves.
Yes.
Joe Biden, what was it, 2 weeks? It was not very long after he became president. Literally just came out and he said the quiet part loud, which is a fantastic new saying that I have now. He said the quiet part loud and told literally the entire world, we're not going to pull out of Afghanistan until September 11th, 2021.
For a photo op.
It's literally a photo op. It's literally, what publicity can I get from this? Oh, we've been there for exactly 20 years from the day that there was an attack on U.S. soil that we've always been told was perpetrated by the Afghani terrorists. Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, ISIS. Well, ISIS came later after Obama trained them. But, and
armed them.
Yes. Well, we did that with the Taliban too.
Recently.
No. I meant in the 80s when we were fighting the Russians.
I was talking about when we left them 119 Black Hawks.
Well, we haven't gotten there.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm setting the scene.
Okay, go ahead.
So Joe Biden tells them, we're not leaving until a later date than what was agreed upon in a peace treaty. I don't think it was a peace treaty, at least in a signed contract deal that we made with these people. Mm-hmm. Now, whether or not you think the Taliban would have held to that in general, sure. I don't blame you for doubting a terrorist organization and their word and their honor.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
However, what we can blame Joe Biden for is, one, fudging up the deal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Two, pulling every troop out of there in like less than 2 weeks without letting anyone know, without telling any of the commanding officers for the Afghan military, and also deciding to pull out the Air Force first. Because here's the thing. America is known for a lot. We're fat, we're lazy, we're assholes.
And we're great from the sky.
We're great from the fucking sky.
We're very precise.
We are the world leader in Air Force. And the Air Force gets a lot of shit, especially in like military circles.
Yeah.
But without the Air Force, we're just every other army.
Yeah. And by Air Force, you mean the force that we have in the air. Not necessarily the Air Force, but the
helicopters, jets, planes, all of that stuff.
Best pilots are Army pilots. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, but I have been told so as well.
That was from Robert O'Neill, the man who killed Bin Laden.
Yes.
Who I'm a fanboy of right now, by the way.
Gunner told me earlier before we started recording that he did a Marine deep dive.
Oh, no, not a
Marine and Navy
T is a Marine.
SEAL.
I did a Navy SEAL deep dive,
okay.
Specifically a SEAL Team 6 deep dive. And
I don't blame you.
I really
like those guys.
Come on, man. Really. I want to, everyone now, you don't have to get it from here, but I need you to go to listen to Jocko Willink's presidential address acting as if he was Joe Biden in the situation after Joe Biden made the decision that he made.
Yes. Have you seen, I need to send you another video. I think it's Angry Army Guy or something like that. He works a lot with Donut Operator, who does shooting breakdowns.
Okay.
But he did like a DNN, the Donut News Network, and it's literally him in front of a green screen. He's like, here's our news correspondent in the field in Afghanistan. Tom, what's happening down there? What the hell is going on around here? It's great.
It's
anyway,
right.
So let's keep to the story.
Sure, go ahead.
So we pull out of multiple Air Force bases in
the surrounding area of the capital.
Yes, of the capital, Kabul.
Yep.
We pull out of the air bases without telling anyone. Literally in the dead of night, we just leave.
Mm-hmm.
And the commanding officer that walks in the next day is super confused as to why he has no equipment and no people and no Americans.
Mm-hmm. The commanding officer for the Afghan army?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, little by little, the Taliban is just like, there's nobody over there. Should we go forward? Yeah, let's go forward. They start taking villages.
Yeah, nothing blew up.
Nothing blew up. There was no fighting. There was no one to fight. And a lot of people especially our president, is blaming the Afghan army.
Yeah. You see them guys doing jumping jacks?
I have seen videos like that. I have seen those videos, and I think they were prepared? Not necessarily. But do you blame them for running away if you have no backup? No, I don't blame them at all. Because I understand that if you're telling somebody, hey, you're going to have to fight your fight alone, but I'll be here. I'll be your backup for a little while. They're like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm going to fight the bully. They go up to fight the bully and they turn around and you're nowhere to be seen. They're going to either get their ass kicked or they're going to run away.
So let me give you a little analogy real quick. Bring back the kids. Marcus, we're going to the playground today.
Oh, God.
We go to the playground. And after I picked him up for school, he wanted to go to the playground. Go to the playground. And he's the first time we've ever been to this playground. I've been there several times. He wanted to do the slide down the pole thing. Okay? What I'm talking about? Well,
I do remember that.
For a 5-year-old kid, for me, I'm as tall as the pole almost. Not a big deal. That's a big pole for him. It's a big drop. I don't want to get a busted knee or whatever. I might die.
Yeah, a lot of those poles are literally taller than you are.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, literally, if I can reach my hand up to the top and grab the top of the pole.
Yeah.
So let's call it, 6'8", 9-ish, something like that. Marcus is not that big. He comes up to my thigh, kind of.
Yeah, barely.
So he's wanting to go off of it, and he goes to grab it, and he looks down.
That's the one thing you don't.
Backs up a little bit. He's like, I don't know if I want to do this or not. So let's just call Marcus the Afghan army.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm there. I can walk up to Marcus and I go, buddy, listen, I'm just going to give you a guide.
You're the people's captain.
I'm going to touch your calf and bring your leg over. Just do it. Once you get there, you slide on down by yourself. Yeah. So about 5 times in a row, I'd go over there, grab his little leg. I'd help him. I wouldn't help him, but I would help him get to the thing. He'd slide down. I'd tell him, hey, buddy, you did it on your own. Good job. Mm-hmm. He'd go up again. I'd go over there, do it again. 5 times in a row. 6th time I go, Marcus, do it on your own, buddy. I haven't helped you the past 3 times, I promise you. My hand's just been there. Do it on your own. He went down the slide and ran away from the pole. So guess what? The same with the Afghan army. The Afghan army is a 5-year-old kid, and the pole is the Taliban.
Yeah.
No matter where they go, if they're stationary or moving with you, the Afghans are going to run away from it because they don't know if they can get their foot over to the pole. They might fall down.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't blame them. Because if you were an army trained for 20 years, let's say the Afghan army didn't exist before 2001.
Yeah. First of all, let's do math.
Yeah.
The people they trained 20 years ago are out of the Afghan army.
Yes. So these guys literally, I mean, I'm sure they fought. I'm not going to disrespect them saying that they've literally never fought anybody.
Yeah.
But this is their first fight alone.
Yeah.
And they did it without being told that it was going to be their first fight alone.
Yeah.
And that's shitty. Yeah. That is literally it's incompetence, it's disregard for human life, and it's stupid.
Yeah. It'd be very similar to I take Marcus to school every day. And then one day I wake up and I'm not here and he's got to go to school.
Exactly.
He's probably not going to go.
How would he?
I don't know.
And that's another thing. You mentioned it earlier, but we're getting to that point. When we leave a place, it's not just that we get to pick up our bags and go home. It's we installed military bases with equipment, with helicopters,
Blackhawks,
with guns,
sniper rifles,
rocket launchers, mortars, all of the stuff that you think, I wonder what would be on an army base. It was over there in army bases.
Yeah.
And guess what we did? We didn't plan this out and
didn't blow it up.
In March, we could have started being like, okay, we only need these amount of rations, these amount of guns for the amount of guys that are on the base. We should probably pack up some of them and ship them home.
Yeah.
Just take them home. Just get them out of here. We're planning on leaving. We should probably pack up our shit.
Yeah.
And get out.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even do that.
Well, so Robert O'Neill, the guy that killed Bin Laden.
You keep mentioning it.
Yeah, I keep mentioning him.
Sounds like a cool guy.
I would do, if he came onto the show. It'd be incredible. Anyways, here's what he said we should have done. Paraphrase, of course. Pretty much said that we should have blown up every single one of our bases because if we're not going back, we don't need them. And
if the Afghan army aren't going to use them, they aren't going to use them either.
And we don't need to let anyone get near any of our intel or any of our equipment.
Exactly.
So we should have you should have used our Air Force to blow up those areas. And guess what? They could have. Very easily.
Absolutely could have.
And some things would have survived and some things would have not.
The important stuff probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, like the Black Hawk helicopters are flying around.
The Black Hawk helicopters, the intel. I haven't even thought of intel.
Yeah.
Literally every computer that was in there,
mm-hmm.
if they found a password, they could access literally everything.
Yeah.
Well, at least on the base. I don't know.
Or just get names of people that are supposed to be dead that are over there killing people. I don't know.
Yes.
Things like that.
Stuff that we don't even get to know about.
Do you think we know who our best operatives are?
No.
They're dead. Literally, they're ghost
dead
recon.
People. Yeah. They're literally Call of Duty ghosts.
Yes. And no one will ever know who those people are.
Exactly.
And they're the most important people on the planet.
Yeah. They're the people that keep the president safe. They're the people that keep every other country safe.
Yeah, they're the people the president don't know about.
Well, the president probably knows
maybe
2 of them.
Yeah, maybe.
If Call of Duty is anything to attest to. But yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff that we left that we really shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Either we should have taken it.
Like our friends.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
We're skipping around a lot. But so we leave all of our stuff in these bases. Not even just the bases. We just leave it on the freaking side of the road.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
In Humvees that they're driving around and wearing our equipment at. Wearing our United States official
gear.
Camouflage.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If you feel like we should give the Taliban a chance to do their own thing, let them be their own people. Well, one, we shouldn't have been there in the first place, so I get that.
Mm-hmm.
We should have just let people that are fighting themselves fight themselves.
Mm-hmm.
If anything starts going crazy and they're massacring millions, maybe we should step in. Yeah. That's what we've done before, and we'll do it probably again at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But we probably shouldn't just leave all of our stuff around so they can use it to then kill people or take over and instate Sharia law. Now, if you don't know what Sharia law is, you should probably do some research because it is some of the most backward, literally medieval times bullshit I've ever heard.
Basic human rights, no more.
No. Women literally are less than human. And let's be honest here, we're not like big feminists or anything like that, but there's a level of like basic human decency you show everyone. Mm-hmm. They don't even do that for half the people.
Basic human rights, 0.
They throw gay people off of roofs. They don't care. They literally a aggravated SA assault done to a woman. She literally has to have 4 other men vouch for her that it happened because they don't trust a woman's word.
Yeah.
Like that's the level of effed up we're talking about with that stuff.
These men screw animals on the daily.
Not even just animals. 13-year-old kids. Yeah. Boys mostly. Which ironic.
Yeah, probably the adrenochrome.
Jesus. But anyway, here's the thing. Joe Biden literally has effed this whole thing up. Now, do I think this would have been bad with Trump? Sure. I don't think this would have. There's no scenario in my head that we do any of it and it works out perfectly.
Here's what I said. Here's what I think, and it's hard to say because it never happened. Here's what I think could have happened with a Trump in office. The first time a Taliban person tried to go down a street they weren't supposed to be on, it'd be bombed.
Yeah.
And they'd probably think twice about going down that street.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't take that province.
Here's the thing. With a Trump in office, they're not that bold because they know that he's a bull in a china shop and he's going to wreck some shit if anything goes down.
I'll do it. I'll press the button.
I'll do it. I still have the button. It's not connected anymore, but I'll press it. I'll press it a lot.
Remember, I went on Trump one, not Marine one, and I have the briefcase still.
I have the briefcase. It doesn't have anything in it. It just has the big red button. I like to push it sometimes.
Secret Service took their head back. I took the arm back. I got the briefcase.
But no, so yeah, Joe Biden literally bungled this whole thing, and there's a lot of people that are suffering. Women, Afghani women,
tens
Afghani
of thousands,
tens of thousands of people that should not be suffering.
Jocko Willink said, I think it was either Jocko or Robert Neal. I've listened to so many of them. Ooh, no, it wasn't. It's the homeboy with the eye patch, Dan Crenshaw, also Navy SEAL. And he's not a Trump. He's bashed Trump and Biden. Doesn't matter. So
he's a conservative, but he's not crazy conservative. He's kind of in his own realm.
Yeah. He said, oh damn, I just went blank. He said, so I had to come back to me.
Okay.
Keep going.
But here's the thing. Let's go back to it. Trump, probably a lot of the bad stuff may still have happened, but I think we still would have held to our agreement that Trump had made. Because Trump doesn't have to prove himself and say, I did this. This is my deal. What are we talking about? He wouldn't have said that.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, God, that voice really hurt
and what Crenshaw said, he said that our Afghan allies over there that were interpreting for us and helping us out on the bases and helping us get around in the community, he's like, we just left people that have done more for our country than the people running our country.
And here's the thing. This is where it gets personal. My uncle, Charlie, he's my youngest uncle of the four. My mom, two uncles, Chuck. One uncle, the oldest uncle, was a Marine. So he did his own tour in, I think, Korea. Not the Korean War, but he was stationed in Korea.
Sure.
Nothing major was happening. He wasn't stationed anywhere.
Yeah.
Important. But Chuck got in a little before 2000. 2001 happens. Everyone's up in arms. People start getting sent over to Afghanistan. Chuck goes to Afghanistan. Chuck goes to Yemen, Qatar, and I think Afghanistan.
Okay.
He does 3 tours, but the biggest one obviously is Afghanistan because that's where a lot of people went.
Yeah. A lot of war there.
A lot of war there.
A lot of gunfighting.
And if I remember correctly, now I could be totally wrong. I may be misremembering some of the stories that, I mean, he hasn't told me any stories because I'm pretty sure he can't.
Yeah.
But of the stuff that I know about his tours over there, he's a translator. He works with people. He was in a few fights, but he wasn't necessarily the guy that goes out fighting. He's the guy that goes out clearing bombs, talking to people, creating a relationship with the people that are there.
Which is a very important part of that war.
Jocko Willink talks about it plenty.
All the time.
All the time. That you need to have a good relationship with the people you're defending. Otherwise, what's to say they're not going to just turn on you?
Yeah, because the Taliban is really good at camouflaging and with the people.
And that's the biggest thing. Here's the thing. I don't necessarily, unlike Scientology, I don't hate Muslims. I don't hate Islam outright. But when you get to the stuff that hasn't changed since the book was written, that's where the problems start. The stuff that literally is not of current era.
Yeah.
The stuff that's old, outdated, and does not fit with our current good graces.
I believe bin Laden in, I think it was 98, 93 was the first bomb, 98 was the second.
Yeah.
99, 2001, I think, something
something
like
that.
They were all around the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
They hit us through water, they hit us through land, and they hit us through air.
Yeah.
This is all Zero Dark 30 stuff. By the way. So Bin Laden put a 100-year war on America.
Yeah.
And the Taliban is going to see that out no matter what.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. Again, this is what I was trying to get at. There's a level of people in, say, Afghanistan, right now, that are like, this is terrible. We should probably we need help. We need to ask the Americans for help. But there's also either in those same people, or there's a smaller contingent of people in Afghanistan that are like, good, we need the Taliban back. They're not crazy enough to go out and join the Taliban, but they agree with what the Taliban are saying and what they're trying to install into the government.
Yeah.
Now, again, everyone has their own opinion. That's fine. But that's a problem when you're trying to fight bad guys that have literally killed millions of people around the world throughout the last 40 years.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing. You don't want people that are supposed to be you're defending behind you to start stabbing you in the back, or letting people get around you to stab you in the back. That's the main thing. A lot of these insurgent cells that end up in America are staying with families that are decent people, but still harbor the ideas that America needs to go away.
Yep. And the fact that if you don't think that America is going to be attacked in America, most likely 100% in the next 5 years, but most likely probably in the next 24 months, you're crazy. Yeah. It might not be huge. It might not kill a bunch of people, but remember, every life matters.
Yeah. This is where things get scary, because the reason I bring up Chuck is because he was a translator. He knows a lot of those people that we have literally left out to hang to dry.
Terrible.
And there's already been videos of translators, people that helped America, people that basically, even down to the minutia of people that didn't do anything, but didn't try and stop the Americans from even just rolling down the street.
Yeah.
They're killing people. They're literally, I've seen a lot of videos. I've seen a lot of videos on the internet that are gory, that should probably put me off, but I'm desensitized to it. But for some reason, the last 2 weeks, the videos I see out of Afghanistan literally bring me to freaking tears. Thinking about them, looking at them, watching them, it's just like, this could have all been avoided.
Robert O'Neill, he said something that really kind of like was dark. And he said it like it was nothing because he's seen it so many times. He goes, so here's who the Taliban are. They go inside your house. And if you helped America, or if you're American, or if you just didn't help us, as in the Taliban, they're going to walk in there and say you have 3 kids and a wife. Well, first thing they're going to do is they're going to skin your kids alive as they're screaming. They might set them on fire, or they might just die. Then they're going to do the same thing to your wife, and they're going to rape her if they don't rape the kids. And then they're going to do it to you, the man of the household.
Yeah. And then they'll either cut your head off,
in
they'll
front
hang you
on government TV because they took it over.
Yeah. That's what kind of sick, demented people we're talking about here. Yeah. Again, I don't think there should be any hatred towards any people here that are of Muslim descent. There's no animosity to them.
Well, listen, you idiots, don't do the whole the Chinese flu and then start attacking Chinese people in New York.
Don't be an asshole.
You idiots.
Listen, to be fair, honestly, 99.9% of anybody that's in this country from anywhere overseas loves this place. There's a reason they're here.
Freedom,
liberty, dream. Getting away from the bad guys that were from their country.
The ability to kind of do whatever you want to and not be judged.
Exactly.
Or be judged and just don't care.
Exactly. But over there, you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
Over there, it's literally, we will kill you
radical.
if you don't help us.
Yeah.
And so, it all goes back to the fact that we're literally, the guys that helped us, that risked their lives for 20 years, we didn't even have the decency to save some of them. I'm sure some of them got out. I'm sure. But the overwhelming majority of them did not get out.
Yeah. And it's frustrating when you hear the Secretary of Defense, all these people get up there and they say, so how many people did we leave over there? The simple answer is we don't know.
Exactly.
Wait, you just said that on CNN, bro?
Yeah. We don't know.
And Fox? Wait a minute. Is CNN and Fox asking the same questions now? To the same people?
Here's what's amazing about this. I have seen the same headline on Fox and CNN, and they're not at odds. Like, it's the same exact headline, and they're literally saying and asking the same thing. Why?
Whoa.
What the hell is going on?
I have a conspiracy on that.
Let's not get into that.
No, but I do have it.
Look, I understand, but let's not get into it because this is a serious.
No, this is serious too.
Okay.
CNN's down in ratings, and they've been back up since this happened.
Oh, this is not even like a conspiracy theory. That's just facts.
But that's why they're taking the other side now, because even the other side is starting to point fingers at Biden.
Yeah, they're not able to keep up the charade of Biden's doing so well.
No problem.
Here's the thing: before this, his approval rating was evidently up in the 50s. It's now dropped. The conservatives, his approval rating is less than 3%. Independents, it's less than 30%, which is unheard of. It's one of the lowest, if not the lowest approval rating. And even for Democrats, it's sub 50.
Yeah, out of the 81 million people that voted for him.
Yeah, 81 million people.
So now only 45 want him here.
Exactly.
That's embarrassing.
It's really
so
bad.
Actually, he lost by 30 million.
He really lost by a lot.
Because my approval rating has went up since.
That's what's funny. But here's the thing. We have to deal with the cards we're dealt at this point.
Yeah.
But honestly, as far as this is concerned, I legitimately don't know what we do next.
Well, I know
because it's so effed up.
Yeah, every American that is in decent shape needs to go watch Jocko Willink's speech, and then I will meet you at the Navy SEAL office.
But here's the thing, and here's what's amazing to me. They say that they don't know how many people got out, or don't know how many people are still left there. The current estimations could always be wrong. Approximately 15,000 people are still there that should be on American soil. Now, we've gotten a lot of people out because we're trying. We're just not doing a good job of getting people out from the Kabul airport instead of our military base that probably could have helped out.
Yeah, the one we deserted.
Yeah, the one we deserted in the middle of the night. Of the people that have currently left Kabul to come to America or seek asylum elsewhere, 5% of them were American. Only 5%. Now, here's the thing. You've got millions of people in Kabul trying to get out, trying to escape the Taliban. And if the first surge is X amount of, Afghani people and they end up getting on the planes first, makes sense. Totally get it. It's fine. But I don't think I'm not saying this to say that we should have left people there. I'm saying, why is it so low? Why are we all of the numbers should honestly just be higher in general. But why is 5% of the people that are bringing over here or bringing somewhere else? Why is only 5% of that American?
Let's also look at this. Robert O'Neill said this, and I love this guy. I'm all over it. Crenshaw also backed it up, and they didn't even talk about it. I mean, they might have talked behind closed doors. Okay, so I didn't know the percentages of that, but now it just hit me in the face. You're saying 5% of the people that we've brought back so far to date that you've heard
at least gotten out of Afghanistan
is American.
5%.
Which means 95% is not American. They're allies or friends.
Allies, Afghanis, or yes, friends, military allies or other Western countries, and then Afghani people.
If you took a picture of a Taliban terrorist and an Afghani civilian and you just put it beside each other, could you tell me who's what if the Taliban guy is not in war clothes?
No.
Okay, so out of 95% of people, how many Talibans came over on our airplanes?
There's no telling. Now,
what if it's 1%?
1% is a lot higher than I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So ISIS, which I was under the impression that we defeated ISIS, but I guess not.
Yeah, they're in Mexico now.
Well, to be fair, that was on Trump's watch. So there's one thing you can hate Trump for. He didn't really get rid of ISIS.
Sorry.
ISIS, I think it's like a subgroup or something like that. That's still around.
It's ISIS K.
Yep. Yeah. ISIS K has come out and basically just said out loud, saying the soft part loud, but I think they meant it. They literally already have terrorist cells in Western countries. Like, they've just confirmed it. Now, that could just be terrorist speak for, we just want to intimidate you.
Sure.
But at the same time, do we have any information leading to to either approve, like making sure that's a fact or false? We don't have any facts. We don't know because we're just doing it blind. We're not doing this the way we should have done it.
So that brings me back to Jocko. If you want to hear what a president should have said, listen to him. It's perfect. I don't know if he wrote it down. He was reading it off the teleprompter. It's perfect. No one has ever given a better presidential speech than Jocko Willink, and he's not even our damn president.
Excuse me.
No.
Untrue.
I love Trump. Trump has made funnier speeches and better tweets. Jocko has the greatest war speech of all time.
Hold on. You just brought up a very, very good point. Guess who's on Twitter?
The Taliban's spokesperson. Verified.
And multiple Taliban cells are on Twitter.
The leader of the Taliban spokesperson is on Twitter with a blue check mark and over 200,000 followers. And the 45th president is not.
Because he said mean things.
Kathy Griffin doesn't like him.
Unlike the Afghani president or the Taliban leader, well, he's the Taliban leader, and now
he's also sitting in the office of the Afghan president and using his weight room.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. Anyway,
he's a busy man.
Unlike that guy,
Forbes probably did an article on him here soon.
Jesus. Sports Illustrated Afghan edition.
Yeah, Woman of the Year.
It's just burkas and then one guy
it's gonna be
ripped.
Woman of the Year, Caitlyn Jenner and this guy.
Jeez. But here's the thing. Twitter literally removed, Twitter, Facebook, all of them, removed the 45th president of the United States because he said mean things. The Taliban leader is literally calling for the destruction of America, gays, the gays ones, the homosexuals.
Yeah, the other colors.
Actually, it's not even just gays. It's literally just anybody that's homosexual, anybody that's bisexual, because it's still a sin for them.
If you want to be gay, kinda, you could die. Be careful.
And literally, there is. I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to say it out loud because I'm not going to go that far. I'm pretty sure there's anti-Semitic stuff in his tweets as well. And let's be honest here. That's probably one of the first things you say if you want to get banned somewhere is anything anti-Semitic.
Well, listen, you can, what's dead naming?
Yes.
Okay. You can dead name somebody and be banned from Twitter for life. There was a person on Rogan's podcast just here recently.
Yeah.
She got banned on Twitter for calling out I think it was a gender fluid. I think because that's where I learned about this terminology. A gender fluid person for going back and forth on in the same day of what they are.
Here's the thing. If it's out of malicious intent, sure, I get it. That's them being a dick.
You know what she said?
What she said?
Somebody else. She replied to a tweet of someone talking about this person being that way.
Okay.
And she said, retweeting, yes, that was him.
Okay.
But that him was a her at this moment. And how dare that person?
Let's not get into that. We're talking about Afghanistan. It's crazy. But yeah, Twitter evidently is totally okay with the Taliban leader being on their platform, which is ridiculous.
A little bit.
Because I'm not going to say it and mean it.
Homeboy from North Korea got one too?
Probably. He's probably on there anyway.
And the China guy?
Probably.
We need to look that up and see.
You know what? I'm looking that up right now. I want to know, is Xi Jinping on Twitter? Let's see. Because if he is, I'm going to be pissed.
And then I need to know if homeboy from North Korea is on there. Probably
not. Again, if if Kim Jong-un is on Twitter, he's not on Twitter as Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I wonder what Trump's Twiter handle is right now, actually.
I'm sure he's got one.
For sure.
For sure. Xi Jinping. There's no Xi Jinping.
Okay. That's fair.
China's president. Well, president. Yeah. I'm just curious. Yeah, no. Okay. Two of the other worst people in the world are not on Twitter. But that guy's on Twitter.
Yeah.
And let's be honest here. At this point, I feel like if we were in the 40s and Twitter was around, one guy would still be on there with a real shitty mustache. Because if this is the level that Jack Dorsey is okaying on Twitter, who should be banned? Nobody. Because there's literally people on there calling for the death of Americans, calling for the death of homosexual people in general, any trans people. They're calling for the death of them too. It's literally, again, you can't circle this square here for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm Mr. Radical America, and I'm over here trying to, we can tell everybody we're going to kill them, and they can't tell us that, or we'll ban them from Twitter. But why have we banned Donald Trump from social media?
If anything, it's better for him to be there, because at least CNN has something to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, you got CNN over here bashing Biden because Trump's not on the internet.
Exactly. And here's the thing. I get it. You didn't like the guy. The guy was a dick. I don't know how many times I have to say it.
He wasn't supposed to win.
He wasn't supposed to win anything.
Yeah.
And then he won. You have to live with that. There's presidential museum. Here's something I thought about. There's presidential museums, right? In like their hometowns or whatever.
Yeah.
Obama doesn't even have his yet. Well, Trump will eventually get one. I wonder how long it's going to take for it to get like demolished by radical people in this country.
Yeah, you know the whole thing where it was like, oh, our first black president, some crazy redneck's probably going to shoot him, right?
No,
I'm saying like,
well, yes,
people said that. Like
yes,
that was
100%.
I think Trump will be more likely to be assassinated.
I'm surprised he made it out.
Yeah, looking back,
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. It's very surprising that nothing happened.
And I'm surprised.
Don't say it. I know what you're going to say. Don't say it. We legitimately can't say it on YouTube. If you're going,
I'm surprised that Joe Biden can walk down steps because he sure as hell can't walk up them.
Well, he always has Kamala in front of him when he's going down, so he doesn't,
Don Trump Jr., bro. He posted a meme the other day and he said, "America right now." And it was a picture of Biden's hand holding onto the handrail, but you couldn't see Biden.
My old soccer coach posted something that I liked. It was literally like, "This is America." And it was just that picture.
Yeah, and there was another one. Trump Jr. goes, "The official portrait in the White House of Joe Biden," and it was him turning his back on America.
It's and that's the thing too. We're going through all of this.
Yeah.
If Biden had come out and been like, "We effed up. We're going to make this right. We're going to do it right now." Okay, I get that. But Biden didn't say that. He blamed the Afghan military. He blamed Trump. He blamed the army, and he blamed you.
Yeah.
He blamed me. He blamed the American people because they called for this war.
And he blamed the four presidents before him, including the one he served for, that killed the person and had the right timing of getting out and decided not to.
Yeah.
I think Robert O'Neill said the best time to get out would have been like 2005, 2006.
Best time would have gotten... Here's a good one.
Never going?
No. Here's the best time to get out, 2002. So second best time to get out, last year. Worst time to get out, right fucking now.
Yeah, like out of the worst time to get out ever in 20 years, we picked the perfect time.
To get out.
At the worst time.
Yeah. Perfect worst time.
Perfect worst time.
Yeah.
Like if there was a Richter scale on like 1 to 10 on best worst time to get out, this is 11.
Yeah.
And on the best worst time to get out in the worst way possibly to get out, it's 20.
Yeah. Here's my thing. Like it's one of those things like, again, bad things would have happened in general because it's just a bad time in the year, like it's seasons and whatnot to get out. Because I think I don't know if you said it on camera, but this is literally wartime. This is the time where in the Middle East, they go to war because it's hot.
It's killing season.
It's killing season is what they call it. Yeah. In the winter, it's nice and cold.
And they hide.
and they hide because it's freaking cold in the desert.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. But we picked Trump picked a decent time, not the best time, but a good date to be out and gone.
Well,
and put it all behind us.
If you look at the timing, he was thinking, okay, it's also cold for us. Okay.
Yeah.
So you probably don't want to try to leave in December or January, but you want to start prepping.
Yeah.
And then when it warms up a little bit,
that's when you finally.
That's April, May. Try to get out by April. Finish it by May.
But guess what? We waited 6 more weeks, and now we're in the middle of the worst time.
And then you're out, and then they all come out to play in June and July, and they're like, "Oh, where are our little American friends go that we like to shoot at? They're not here anymore."
They just got the Afghani people, the Afghani army, and hopefully by then the Afghani army would understand. Oh, we're literally alone. We have some air support. That's all we've got. We're gonna have to do this.
I saw Biden and the press secretary, I think it was yesterday, said that August 31st is the last day we'll be there. And we will try our best to get as many people out as we possibly can.
Try harder. That's all I've got to say to somebody.
So Tim Kennedy, also Spec Ops La Badass.
Yeah.
Also Strike Force MMA champion, also UFC fighter.
Okay.
Like probably like in the top 100 people you just don't want to mess with that really loves America.
Yeah.
He just flew himself down there. Yeah.
Here's my thing.
That's America right there.
Do you want to hear? Let's have a funny story before we get out of here. Because this has been first half pretty good.
Yeah.
Second half,
you're going to need to timestamp this one.
I will.
Okay.
I was actually going to say this is probably the timestamp to skip the dark sad stuff.
And the title needs to be something like OnlyGunner.
Yeah.
Your OnlyFans.
Yeah.
OnlyFans, and then break it down.
Yeah. So here's a story that hopefully will brighten some spirits. There's a guy from the UK. He's from Wales. He decided he wanted to go on holiday.
Okay.
And he posted on 4chan or some message board, "Hey guys, where should I go for my holiday this year?" He went to Afghanistan for his holiday. This was 2 months ago or something like that. He planned it out. It was before everything went down.
Yeah.
So he didn't know what was going to happen, but he was there, and he was, it wasn't the best place to be because it's technically a war zone.
Sure.
But nothing had happened yet. He was just there for like a couple days, and then stuff started to happen. And he is literally in like, I think he's not like the furthest away from Kabul that he could have been, but he's like deep into Afghan territory away from Kabul, and he needs to get back when stuff starts to get shady.
Oh, is he still there?
Let me get through the story. He literally starts posting as much as he can. He can't always post because he doesn't have a charger for his phone. He doesn't always have the access to all this stuff. But he starts posting. He's like, okay, things are getting a little hairy. I'm going to head home. But by the time I get there, I should be getting home right around the same time I was supposed to anyway. So it's literally this journey of this man on like Twitter and 4chan of just him in the middle of Afghanistan where all of this stuff is going down.
He's on vacation.
He's technically on vacation. Well, I mean, he expected what he expected. He didn't expect it to be this bad.
Yeah, I mean,
but
maybe see some people driving down the road with some guns or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he made the joke that he's technically a lord of a place in Wales because we went to like one of those websites and bought enough land to be a lord.
Yeah. You could be like a sir or whatever. Yeah.
So he's like he's got like the lordship thing with him, and he's like the whole thing is like the story of Lord whatever his name was, and so he's literally like trying to get back to Kabul to get out, and he's met some army members that spoke English, and he's like, "Hey, I'm not American, but I'm British. I need to get out of here." And they're like, "Okay, we'll help you." So he's like with this caravan for a little bit. And then the next day, the Taliban stopped them. And like, he's like, I'm from Wales. And they're like, "Where's Wales? Do you know where Wales is?" "I don't know where Wales is." "You're good to go. You're free." Because they don't know that he's British or American. And they're looking for they're looking for any white person that's from America, Britain.
Anything that has to do with this continent.
anything that had to do with anywhere that's not like Russia,
Middle East, or China or Russia.
Any Western country, in the UN, they're looking for. So they didn't even know where Wales was. So they're just like,
"What's this Wales he talking about?
We don't know what Wales is.
Is it a dolphin? Is it next to the dolphins?
You're free to go." And so he narrowly escapes, and it the last couple of days get really, really hairy because it's like trying to get through Kabul, through all of these crowds, and he finally, thank God, he makes it to the airport and he gets out. But just the saga of this guy for like a solid week and a half before like a couple days, and then after all of the shit starts happening for like a solid week, he's in Afghanistan while all this is going down. It could be a movie, honestly.
Is the whales next to the goldfish? Is the goldfish there too?
and so yeah, like there are some interesting stories that have come out from this, but yeah, it's a shit show, and I'm just so frustrated. I haven't even talked to Chuck yet. I've been meaning to call him to just be like, "Hey, how are you feeling?" Yeah, because and that's. I'm gonna say this because it's another statistic I heard, and I didn't want to end on this, but it's important. If you know any veterans that were in Afghanistan, reach out to them, because evidently 10% of Afghani veterans have already like committed non-alive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's some 10. It's 10 something. I don't know if it's 10% or like
10 out of every.
Yeah. It's a substantial number of veterans that literally put their lives on the line, knew people over there, and now all of the hard work is gone. Those people that they knew that literally trusted them like brothers, like every other American military men that they worked with, are gone, and they just don't have anything. And it's the shittiest feeling I could ever imagine. Thankfully, I'm not one of those people, but I know people that are those people.
I live with one that was in Afghanistan.
Yeah, I can't imagine what she's thinking.
I hadn't said much about it, honestly.
Well, she's
not feeling well, but she hadn't said much about it.
She's probably bottling it all up, and I can't blame her.
Yeah, man. So what an episode!
Yeah, this has been a long one.
This has been fun and very. This is what happens when we only get to do one episode every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you know,
we have to catch up in all of this stuff that we missed out.
We don't have to have any plan, yet we still bring content.
Yeah,
like the cool thing about this, none of this was written down. None of this was structured. None of this was planned. None of this was said beforehand. We actually said all new stuff afterwards.
Yeah.
And we talked for 30 minutes before we even got started.
Yeah.
So that's why I enjoy doing this. That's why we continue.
The most I knew that we were going to talk about was Spider-Man. That's all I knew.
I thought it was over, and then I cracked the Joe Biden joke, and then there we went. So, all right. Well,
couldn't do it.
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Leave comments. Give us some thoughts on what you think. Ethan's going to get all this up on Buzzsprout, so it'll hit the Spotify, it'll hit the iTunes, it'll hit all those things. Subscribe if you can. Hit a bell if you can. Leave a comment if you can. Like if you can. Hell, dislike if you can, but then just go back over and like it again. Because there's this one guy that's out to get it for some reason. There's one person that will dislike every video we do. It is what it is. You know, I'm sorry that you have to live your life disliking my videos. Must be a very tough one. But all right, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for what? Oh, very end here. Hey, and also we need to do a.
Do a what?
Actually, just cut off and we'll go back and make another one. So just, anyways, you can actually cut all this out.
Okay.
You can start where I just ended.
Okay.
Anyways, bye. See you later.